Well, good morning, everybody. Today we are going to discuss about the risk management framework of Ceylon called Store PLC. First, we'll have just a look on how the risk management framework is discussed in general. Risk management is a process of managing and understanding the possible circumstances of a business faced in trying to achieving their objectives. Generally, risk can be occurred in operational level, legal compliances, information, human resources, financial, etc. Risk management is a vital role in a company when taking the business decisions. Risk management identifies the risk and then treat them accordingly to maximize the overall goals of the organization. Risk management framework provides general understanding on risk and assists to make decisions. Enterprise risk management, ERM. ERM is an integrated risk management solution which is mostly used by board of directors and the management of the company. Setting the context, actually this setting the context is highly important and it acts as a framework for risk assessment. So this risk management is really important for a business to take good decisions, and in order to retain in the market, time to time there are some changes are happening as the environment is dynamic. So risk management identifies the risk and treat them well and assess the risk level, and all those things are associated with opportunities, and having this type of risk management is really important.
Introducing to the company, we are choosing Ceylon Gold Store PLC for our assignment of risk management framework. And Ceylon Cold Store PLC is the one of the consumer food company of John Keel's Holding PLC, and the company includes Keel's Wood Products PLC and Colombo Ice Company Private Limited. And Ceylon Cold Store have two main facilities. The facilities are a beverage and ice cream manufacturing facilities, and it's located to Ranala. State-of-the-art ice cream manufacturing facility, and it's located to Aisavella. And the company have continuously produced their goods and methods for 155 years.
Risk management approach. Ceylon called PLC assessing risk regarding the individual and operational financial risks of the company. There is 4 objectives to the company risk management strategy, which is identify, manage risk, mitigate risk, seize opportunity, adapt a changing environment. To achieve the objectives, there is a long-term and short-term strategy. So there is bottom-to-up approach to identify risk. To identify risk, use a control self-assignment documentation system and group risk report prepared by the management cycle distribute to the group audit committee.
Sustainable risk management is defined as risk management and sustainability are closely linked within the group. And the second point is sustainability not only to take into account the operational and financial risk of the business, and also the risk that arise from the business for potential impacts on the environment, employees, and the business community.
Key achievement in the year. In reference to the past years, the Sunday Easter attack and the COVID-19 pandemic hugely affected the businesses and operations of the businesses. When talk about Sunday Easter attack 2019, growing security concerns and weakening economics hurt consumer spending, but latter part of the 2019 achieved the growing culture in the businesses. When COVID-19 pandemic disaster began in 2020 March, it drastically impacted the businesses. While those situation effects, the Elephant House company started the partnership with the Warner Bros. And launched 2 new products to the market, which is Superman Bubble Gummy and Wonder Woman Frozen Cake. Under the Elephant House ice cream brand, introduced the Orange Crush Ice. When it comes to the business implication on COVID-19 pandemic, John Kill's group of company, including the Elephant House, assess the reliance of business under the multiple scenarios faced pandemic situation. Regarding the situation, implemented effective and proactive measures to manage money and cost. As the example, cost reduction effects and receivable management. COVID-19 pandemic affects the operations associated risks. Travel restrictions and interest rates. Travel restrictions mainly creating from curfew situations and distance maintaining problems and health guidelines of the government. Afterward, implemented positive actions on the pandemic. Operations going under the health guidelines and from the governments. Employees receive the personal protective equipment and transport accommodation facilities.
Priorities for the future. The main priorities at the enterprise level are to ensure the health and safety of employees, actively monitor cash flow and maintain cash flow, reduce fixed investment and other improvements, and renegotiate price and credit terms with the suppliers.
So shall we have a look on risk governance structure and oversight? Risk governance involves in implementing risk decisions in a company. Risk management, as we talked earlier, it is really a vital role in strategic decision-making process in the company. So this group consists rigorous and consistent risk management culture, where the risk management department is there, and this department identifies the risk consequences, opportunities, and speed as well as preventions and then detections and resolutions. So risk management process is done via enterprise risk management web platform, ERM, which is mostly used by board of directors and the managers. So the management identify those risks and present them to an audit committee.
Operating landscape for the year. Significance of operating landscape. Businesses are always seeking for strategies to focus on growing revenue while decreasing operational expenses as a result. To keep company in a good position, we must understand about the future. The risk is continuity is just as significant risk integrations. When anything goes wrong on operations side, it is closely connected to the business continuity risk. We must minimize this type of risk prior to the committee led by the industry group president, sector director reviews all risk. Quarterly group risk review. The group's online platform for enterprise risk management delivers a dynamic risk register, increasing transparency and enabling more risk assessments. Thank you.
So the next point is discussion and analysis principal risks, including the description. That means the implementation of an investment strategy entails risks and uncertainties, and the board of directors and management have identified several risks for the company. There we can identify several risks such as external risks, operational risks, financial risks, technology and data risks, and sustainability and CSR. External risks. Exchange in the social, political, economical and financial environment on which an organization has limited influence are referred to as environmental risks. Operational risks. It is the danger of loss in money or loss in an opportunity as result of regulation failure or a person process or system failing. Financial risks. The company may suffer negative effect as the result of insufficient resources to satisfy counterparty commitment, as well as the impact of sustainable variation in the exchange rate on the underlying valuation. Technological and data risks. Data protection and cyber security are routinely reviewed at the risk management and audit committee meeting, as well as the board of directors level. Sustainability and CSR. Risk management extends beyond the management of the operational and financial, and it is linked to the group's triple bottom line strategy. So the next point, that means risk appointment and strategy and risk calculate, will be explained by T.S. Lakshan. Thank you.
Thank you, Janet. Risk appreciation and strategy risk culture. We identify the risk as high, medium, and low medium. Under the high risk are identify the three types of risk. Normally, COVID pandemic, macroeconomic environment changes, culture disaster, and fire. First one is COVID pandemic. Directly impact on entrepreneur of the distribution system, impact of disposable income and consumer demand. Further, raw material cost rise due to import limitation and rupee devaluation. We identify some macroeconomic environment changes such as interest rate, exchanges rate, taxes, and traffic in the important on disposable income are the hence demand. Macroeconomic condition we are direct influence on the cost base, the group of capital creating money. 3. Other risk nature discuss the fire and its impact are contributes fire and nature, climate, may occupation in CCS production plants. Apart from the high risk, we also identify the medium type of risk. And the risk are price volatility of the raw material. It's a medium risk. Its impact is significant price variation, raw material influence on the manufacturing sector. Price sensitive product liability is medium rate risk and impact on the liability for faculty goods risk, lead losses, brand value due to the food position in the primary risk in the rational sector. Apart from the high and medium risk, we identify the sum of low type of risk: cyber risk, credit risk, human resources, labor relationship losses, talented, and health of the safety. I will invite to continue this presentation Mr. Tulakshana. Thank you.
We are talking about indicators and mitigation actions, and also we identify 6 risk items and the risk item actions. First, we are talking about COVID-19 pandemic is one of the risks coming from the external environment. The company follows some mitigation actions. The actions are: workers need to follow operating instructions, considering and COVID-19 safety precautions. and there are risks arise from external environment, namely macroeconomic changes in interest rates, exchange rates, and taxes and tariffs. And its mitigation actions are directly influence in group cost base and profitability. And other risks we are talking about human resource, labor relations, loss of talent, and health and safety. When the company take mitigation actions, the actions are positive working relationship with the union, recure training programs for staffs, and another risk we are identified to business process risk. The risks are first price volatility of key raw materials, and the mitigate action of the above risk. Wherever feasible, CCS and CICL have worked to negotiate long-term agreements and also monitoring worldwide pricing. The another risk of business process, product liability risk and the mitigate actions are the follow ISO 9001 and ISO 22000 certified production. JMSL as a near expired product tracking system is one of the actions for product liability risk and the mitigate. Finally, we identify risk is credit risk, and it's related to analyzing and reporting of principal risk. And the mitigate actions are above risk. The credit checks are being conducted in order to establish credit limits. They keep a bank guarantee on hand.